Right, welcome yet again on our second session, and this will be talking about how to deposit, how to withdraw, different ways you can be able to deposit and withdraw your funds, on Bitget. Now, on this particular session, once we talk about these items, at the end of the session, we'll also have a quiz, and users will have a chance to win $200 cumulatively. So how fast you are, how accurate you are is what determines whether you can be able to win or not. So do ensure to share this also with your friends to come in and learn all about crypto. While this is the newbie session, we'll also have extra sessions where we get to teach you, other items. Now, for this particular session, we will be covering, for those of us who are joining us on the first session, the past week we covered how to get started, how to set up your account, how to get your account going. For this particular session, we are going to be reviewing how do you get to deposit and withdraw your funds on Bitget. Next week, we are going to cover now how to get started actually trading. And this is what typically all of you would be here for. So next week, we talk about trading, spot trading to be specific, a bit of futures trading, and we are going to learn extra things as we proceed. The last week of November, we are also going to cover our newbie session that will be around how to be able to earn passive income using Bitget. Now, without further ado, and having introduced the session, so do ensure you listen in. Today's session will use a couple of blogs, a couple of actual doing things actually. So it's very important you follow. We'll also cover the website as well as the app version. So we'll be able to do all these, in a short while. So let's get started. My name is Munene Matendu, and as a reminder, please join our Telegram channel for you to get up to speed with all our promotions. Let's get started with a short video of deposits and withdrawals on Bitget.
Hey there, now that you've set up your Bitget account, it's time to start trading. You can buy crypto with fiat through the P2P marketplace or a third-party payment platform. But if you already have crypto in your wallet, why not make a deposit? It's super simple. Start by clicking the Assets tab in the bottom right-hand corner. Tap the Deposit button and select the coin you wish to deposit. Now simply scan the QR code, copy the deposit address, and send your crypto to the designated address. Remember, if you're depositing with Ripple or EOS coin, you need to include the tag address. The waiting time for deposits to arrive can vary from coin to coin, but you can usually expect it to take around 10 minutes. Once the deposit is confirmed, you can start trading. Plus, if this is your first time depositing funds, you can earn free USDT through our reward center. Now, let's run through how to withdraw funds in just a few easy clicks. First, go to the Assets tab. Tap the Withdraw button and select the coin you wish to withdraw. Type in the receiving wallet address and enter the amount you want to withdraw. If you are transferring the funds to a Bitget account, we make the process even easier. Jump into the Internal Funds Transfer tab and input the email, phone number, or Bitget UID. The funds should arrive in around 10 minutes. Now you're ready to start trading with Bitget. To learn how, be sure to watch the
buy crypto through P2P on Bitget using your local currencies. On Bitget P2P, you can buy various cryptos such as USDT, BTC, ETH, etc. by paying directly from your bank accounts or any payment apps with local currencies of your choice, such as INR, NGN, PKR, RUB, etc. To begin, make sure you have completed KYC of your Bitget account. Go to your profile on Bitget app and complete identity verification. On the Bitget homepage, click on Add Funds and then click on P2P Traded. Click on 3 dots in the top right corner. Choose Payment Methods and then add your bank account or any local payment method of your choice. On Bitget P2P, you can choose which crypto you want to buy and pay for it with the local currency of your choice. You can sell your crypto on the sell page and purchase it on the buy page. For example, you are purchasing USDT with INR. Select USDT and choose INR. You can see the listed advertisements from our verified merchants. Enter the INR amount you want to spend, available payment method, and payment release time. Click Purchase to proceed. Your order is placed. Now you have 15 minutes to transfer the INR to the merchant's bank account. You should transfer only from your bank account and should not use anybody else's bank account. Upon receiving INR, the merchant will verify if your bank account name is same as with your Bitget KYC name. Click on Paid only after you have transferred INR to merchant's bank account. Merchant will confirm after receiving the payment and release USDT to your Bitget wallet. Otherwise, you can chat with the merchant and remind him to transfer the USDT you have purchased. If time runs out and the merchant does not transfer USDT, you can raise an appeal. During this period, please do not cancel the order unless you have received a refund in your bank account. If the merchant has transferred USDT, you can view USDT here in P2P wallet. Bitget P2P is simple, fast, secure, and convenient.
All right, now let's quickly review the guide in terms of the mobile deposits. Now, the first step is for us to understand, the mobile side, then do a practical session on how to deposit on the mobile side, as well as do, understanding on the other side, the making deposits using P2P, as well as direct mobile debits. So all these we'll be able to cover right away. So quickly reviewing the P2P, first of all, using the crypto assets. Now, on your Bitget wallet, typically it would look like this. So all you need to do is you will find this Add Funds button. You click on this Add Funds button, and then it will bring you this particular interface. Now, once you click on this interface, you'll have you can be able to deposit crypto. You can also be able to use credit card or debit cards, as well as bank transfers in some regions, and P2P, being peer-to-peer trading, which is one of the ways you can also be able to deposit. We'll be able to cover live on how to do this. Now, in this first case, we will see deposits using crypto transfers. Now, this applies to when you have funds in another wallet. So what you have to do now is select the coins that you have on the other wallet. So you just come in here, search for the coin you have on the other wallet. Once you search it, for instance, in this case, we can select Bitcoin. Once you search it, you'll be able to now come in here, and the next step is selecting the network. Do ensure that whatever network you use here is what network you use on the withdrawal side. Now, once you choose the network, in this case, being Bitcoin, we could choose either BTC, the Bitcoin network, either Lightning or BP20, that being the smart chain. Now, once you choose any of these networks, you will get a QR code as well as a long string of characters, which you can be able to copy right here, and then move on to the other side. And now on the other side, you'll be typically withdrawing. So if you're depositing on Bitget, you are withdrawing on the other side. Now, once you withdraw, you will need to input a receiving address as well as the network. So do ensure you share the same details. Now, there's also other options. For instance, using a credit card, you can also be able to buy crypto on Bitget using credit card or debit cards. So you can just select the debit card interface right there, move on to input the amounts based off your the amount balances and how much you want to buy. Then input your debit card number, or you could add a new card right here, and you should be able to now proceed and fill in your card holder's name, card number, expiry date, and CVV, and you will be able to be charged through this. Now, the other option, which is relevant to most of us, is what we call peer-to-peer trading. This is basically one person trading with another person, right? Bitget does facilitate this through what we call an escrow service, which you just select P2P trading. You will see orders which have been users who have listed their crypto for sale, and you can be able to buy them from those particular users. Now, once you do select whichever crypto you want to buy, enter the amount, and you will be able to click on the buy with zero fees, and the transactions will be able to complete. Now, in my case, I want us to quickly go and review the demo on how to deposit using P2P and how to deposit using your card. Now, let's quickly go through the web site, the app interface, and I believe we can all see the screen on the app interface. So quickly getting it up to speed. So step one is clicking on this add funds button. Just click on right here. Once you click on the add funds button, you will get to this interface, and this is the interface we talked about. So depending on where you'll be, you will be spending either fiat currency or depositing using crypto. So for users with already crypto in other wallets, just click on this option that is deposit crypto. And once I click on deposit crypto, I'll be prompted to choose what crypto I want to deposit. Now, in my case, let's try to deposit some WorldCoin. Do note that this is not financial advice. This is just for demonstration purposes only. So I'll just search for WorldCoin or WLD, and we can find it right there. Just click on that, and then you'll be prompted to select the network. I'll just click on choose network, and you can now see we have these different networks. Now, in my case, I'll be using the WorldCoin World Chain. I'll click on the World Chain, and an address will be generated for me. So I can also choose where the crypto will be coming to, either spot wallet or funding wallet. But in my case, I just want it to the spot wallet. Now, once I select that, I can come in here and now click on this copy button, which is right there. Once you click on that copy button, your address will be copied. Now I'll go to, for instance, in this case, World App. We will have just a small bit of crypto here for demonstration purposes, and I'll just click on the withdraw or send button, which is what we can use right there. Click on the tokens we want to send, and we can say maybe we want to send the equivalent of 6,000 shillings, something of the sort, and then we can paste the address. Remember, we've copied the address from back from Bitget. So you just come in here, you paste the address, you just confirm the address, and you'll just click on the confirm to send button, and your transaction will start processing. So your transactions typically will process within a very short period of time. However, in some cases, due to congestion, the network congestion, not from Bitget, but rather from the network you're using, it may lead to delays. However, that's how it's done. Now, that having been said, let's go back to Bitget. We'll be able to find, it does take some bit of a while, and we'll be able to find our WorldCoin on our spot wallet. Once it's deposited, the amounts will be credited on the spot wallet. Now, in the meantime, I'll be also showing you how to deposit on the Bitget using web, and I'll navigate directly to Bitget and show you how to do that. Now you can be able to do web or app depending on what your interest is. So in this case, we are already logged in. You typically you can see we are already logged in. So you need to click on this icon, which is right there, the wallet icon, and all you have to do is now click on deposit, just like that. Once you click on the deposit button, again, I'll just use Worldcoin to demonstrate this, WLD, like that. And then I come in here, I'll just choose the address. I'll copy this address using this. You need to, of course, have verified the address to be very certain that it is your address. Once I copy this, I'll move on to the other side. Typically, if this, for instance, was withdrawing from Bitget, on the other side, you'd come in on the withdraw button, and then input the coin you're interested in withdrawing, input the network you are interested in using, and in this case, you can see this is a bit suspended, and input the address, and that's how you typically withdraw your funds. Set minimums are right there, as well as set maximums. That's how to withdraw and deposit on the web. However, I'll go back to the app side and show you that our deposit has arrived. Once I refresh this screen, you can see our deposit has arrived. The Worldcoins we had has arrived right here. Now you can go ahead to swap them or convert them. Something we'll be able to see in the upcoming week. Now, that's how to do it on the app. So the next part is how to actually deposit using normal deposits, for instance, bank deposits and all that. So just go to the homepage, click on the add funds button just right there. In our case, we can try, for instance, using mobile money. Mobile money is supported in a couple of countries. It depends. Again, you can change your fiat currency right here. For users watching us from Nigeria, just change this to NGN, and you'll have a bank deposit option, which supports most of the banks, in Nigeria. So you can be able to do direct bank deposits using basically, if you're in NGN, you can just come in here, input the amounts you want to buy, the minimum being you can buy about 7,000 naira. Click on buy button. This just confirm. Okay. Once this is confirmed, you will be able to navigate to the next interface where you can be able to do your direct deposits. So this is how the web version looks like. I will also show you how the app, this is how the app version looks like. I will also show you how to do the web version. So I'll go back here. In my case now, I want to go back to KES and be able to show you using KES, as I do not have access to NGN at the moment. So in KES, users using KES Fiat can be able to deposit using mobile money, just like that. You just click on the mobile money. You input the amount. In my case, maybe I can put in 600 shillings, like that. Click on buy, and then click on confirm, and you'll be prompted to enter the number that you'd like to charge. So you'll be prompted to enter the number. Just a second. Okay, USDT. Sorry, I think I made a mistake somewhere. So I'll repeat these again. Input like that. Okay, and we'll just enter the amounts. So in this case, we want maybe USDT, and we are after buying, say, 600 shillings, like that. And we'll be prompted and told that for 600 shillings, this is what we're going to be buying. So click on buy USDT. Okay. So this button will take you, typically, we need to have input our TRC address. Just a sec, I'll repeat this process again for us to be able to see this. Okay, let's do 1,000. Enter like that. So you have to select the network you want to be delivered. We could even use Optimism, and we could say maybe we want to buy 1,000. So typically the interface will be just slightly different. You'll be able to see it without need for selecting without the need for selecting the networks. So you just be able to come in here. For instance, in my case, I can just quickly get the wallet address, the deposit wallet address for USDT on TRX, on Optimism, like that. Okay, I'm working on the other second screen, so you can be able to get the wallet. Just a second. Okay, you can be able to see the code. Just scan for the address. Okay, let's scan this for the address, and then just proceed, just like that. You could also manually copy the address prior to that. Now on this interface, select mobile money. So select mobile money. Initially, you may need to complete verification. However, typically, once this is complete, you can be able to do a direct deposit. So I'll quickly go to show you now the next step, which is using P2P. You could also click on add funds, and your next step would be using peer-to-peer trading, just like that. Just click on P2P trading. This is one of the easiest ways. So one of the things I like looking at is the merchants, people with this particular badge. They are the verified merchants. This is the price, the amount of quantity they have, basically the amount of KES as well, or the number of orders completed on over the past 30 days, the completion rate, the status in terms of either they're online or offline, and the reviews they've received. In my case, I can just come in here for this particular person. I could buy using Fiat and pay maybe 1,000 shillings, like that. I'll select maybe M-Pesa as my payment method. So this applies to any of the contacts. So just click next, copy the number, and I'll just proceed to make this payment quickly. The amount is 1,000. Just ensure the payment coincides with the name. The name coincides with the payment, the person. So in this case, this is Wycliffe. We have made the payment. Just come back here, click paid. I have transferred, and then confirm the transfer. Just like that, you've managed to buy your first cryptocurrency on Bitget P2P. So that's how easy it is to use P2P. Now, I'll show you the Express interface right here. On the Express side, you can come in here. You don't have now to find merchants. Bitget does find merchants for you. You just come in here, enter the amount, maybe 600 shillings is what you want to buy. You just click on buy and select the payment method you want to use. They're listed, of course, based off the payment methods. Maybe it's a pay bill. Click that. You're matched to a buyer. The P2P fees here are 0. Come back here, copy the pay bills. In this case, these are 522533. I'll just come back here, make the payment. I believe it was 600 shillings. Make the payment from your bank. In my case, I'm just using this app, which is my bank, but this applies to different. This applies to all the system, rather all the payment methods. It does apply. It's just similar. So once you've made the payment, come back here, mark as paid, just like that, and you will have completed the payment. Now, once the order is complete, your funds will show up on the funding wallet. In my case, let's see whether we have our orders is actually complete. As you can see right here, under your order. Once you click on P2P, you can come on this icon, on this particular icon where it's have a red icon, and you can see your completed orders, and you can see this one is yet to be received. And that's how you buy your crypto. That's also now completed. The order has now been completed. We had $22. Now we have, let's see, $27. That's how you buy crypto on Bitget. Now you can also be able to sell using the same method. Simply click sell. Simply click sell. Once the sell button is clicked, now you have an alternative to use Express or P2P. In my case, I can just use Express and then click on this sell button right here. Once I click on that sell button, I can input the amount. Maybe we want to sell it all, and you are told how much of KS will be getting and what rate. Click on sell, and you just input which payment methods you want to use. I can use these right there, and then click on confirm sale, and will be matched. Sorry, I will be matched. Maybe we want to sell $27. I will be matched with a merchant. who will be able to make the payment to me. In this case, we can see this person is who's supposed to make the payment to us. Once the sale is made, we'll come back here and we'll be able to see the transactions. It's pretty easy, very easy to do that. In the meantime, as we await those sales, let's quickly go through a couple of items, explain items, including some of the requirements. For those depositing using bank, this may take up to 24 hours. It's very important to put that in mind, that deposits using banks may take up to 24 hours. And should there be congestion also on crypto deposits, it may take up to 24 hours. Initially, also on the withdrawal side, typically you're able to withdraw up to 5 Bitcoin by default. However, this can be increased based off what you'd like. Now, whenever you're doing all the withdrawals and deposits, some of the things we need to address is the fact that Bitget does recommend that you set up at least 2 authentication methods. We still have fingerprint, SMS, Google Authenticator, and email verification. Some of the best verification methods would typically be setting up your Google Authenticator as well as SMS authentication. Those are very two safe key safe methods. SMS and Google Authenticator, those are very safe options you could use. Now, whenever you have any challenges when you're depositing or withdrawing or processing any of the transactions, you need to visit Help Center. Whenever you have any of these challenges, you need to visit Help Center for you to be able to get the necessary help. Now, we will also be reviewing some of the challenges, or rather reasons why crypto deposits may not reflect these. Some of the reasons, of course, include incorrect wallet addresses, insufficient deposit amounts. We'll have a couple of reasons why this could happen, so we'll be able to also review that. Now, when it comes to transactions, when initiating a transaction, you need to put a couple of items in mind. That, for instance, the transaction fee, you also need to put that in mind. The wallet address, the blockchain type, the deposit time. These are some of the items you need to put in mind. These are some of the items you need to put in mind. All right. When withdrawing your funds, we've talked about you moving to the wallet overview and clicking on the withdrawals option. There's also should you have an appeal on Bitget P2P, we recommend, of course, going to we have the Bitget appeal process with the Bitget support team. It's very important. Please restrain from things like going to on Twitter. You need to follow the right channels. There's no need to even call merchants and complain. You just need to follow the right channels whenever that happens. Now, I see the payment has already been made. I want us to go back here so you can be able to see this. The payment, as we could confirm, has already been made. And we can come in here and see we've received the equivalent amount. So the next step is for us to release this particular payment. Just click on the release button and then confirm that you've received this amount. And once you just click on the confirmation button, email and an email and a Google Authenticator authenticator, sorry, will be requested. And you can see in our case, I'll just quickly copy the codes. Yes, we've now, let's see. Now, once you copy the codes, just confirm, and the transactions will be released. And that's how you complete your first P2P sell transaction. That's how you sell on P2P. Now, quickly going through other items. Sorry, not this one. There are a couple of things that we also need to address. That whenever you see offers on Bitget P2P, are they provided by Bitget? Typically, no. This is an open market. You would typically have to go directly. This is an open market for merchants to just be able to trade, people to be able to trade. And as a P2P trader, how are you typically protected? P2P, we have Bitget acts as an escrow, so it's protected by escrow. So what that means is Bitget is holding the equivalent amount of USDT or whatever. To set up your 2FA, we also need to add your preferred payment methods. And as for the transaction fees, at the moment, Bitget doesn't charge transaction costs, but merchants can post, some of the merchants may be able to have transaction costs. Now, I'll just quickly also run through something else. Shortly. So I want us to review how to buy crypto using card. So for the card, just go to home, then click on this card interface, come back here, input the dollar amount or whatever fiat you'll be using, add your card as a new card, and you will be able to come in and and be able to get over these particular transactions. That's very, very important. You can be able to go through the card process easily through that particular process. Now, so in some cases, your transactions may fail, and let's go through some of the reasons that could cause, for instance, a card transactions to fail. One of the reasons is multiple attempts of the transactions, insufficient funds, expired cards, credit card limit having been done and rather exceeded, different name of the card holder, incorrect card details, a blocked card, and an international usage of your card, which may not be turned on. This is one of the reasons that may hinder you or rather prevent you from doing such a transaction. Those are some of the things that you needed to know. Now we'll proceed to take some questions from the users. And while we are doing that, we will also input a quiz right here. We will select the first 20 winners to, of course, get the quiz completed right. Please do ensure you can be able to do that. Now, I will share a quiz, a link to the quiz. Kindly complete it be among the first 20 users to complete the quiz, and you should be able to be part of our winners. Now, I'll quickly open the Q&A session. Please do ask your questions right now, so we can be able to address them real quick and so you can be able to address them right now. So I'll go through the comments, find any of the questions, and highlight some of that. I see a couple of guys joined in. Okay, just I see Okay, what do you actually consider while depositing or withdrawing using on-chain address? Do you think different address have different advantages than others? That's a very good question, Wilfred. Now, whenever you're depositing or withdrawing, there are three key considerations. Number one, the speed at which your transaction will come through. Number two, the transaction cost, otherwise called the gas fees. And number three would be basically how sort of what the network security looks like. So I'll start with the speed. So some networks are layer 2s, other networks may have a lot of users, and there are blockchain networks which have high transaction, basically a high number of users, which means the transactions may not reflect on real quick. Now, I'll give you an example. The Bitcoin network processing time can vary, but it can go, the average period is between 10 to 30 minutes. If you consider, for instance, another network like Solana, Polygon, which other network? Solana, Polygon, even the Bitcoin Lightning network itself, these are considerably fast networks which can have transactions reflecting in minutes. Lightning network, if it's a wallet-to-wallet transaction, the transactions can reflect in seconds. So these are some of the key considerations. How fast a blockchain is, these are some of the key considerations. The second consideration being the gas fees or transaction fees. Now, I think these would typically be one of the top considerations for most users, as for a lot of users, the amount of fees you're paying is very, very important. Now, if you, for instance, use Ethereum network, which is known for having incredibly high transaction fees, then you may end up with a significant amount of transaction fees. So it's very important for you to, whenever you're selecting these networks, you also put this in mind. The third thing being the security of the network. Now, while this may not very much influence your transactions, is also very important to ensure whatever networks, whatever blockchains you're using are highly supported, they are very secure. Actually, there's another consideration, which is the support for that particular network across the wallets you're trying to deposit and withdraw from. Now, in some cases, wallets may not necessarily support every network. Now, Bitget is one of those very unique wallets because it supports a lot of networks. So you may also need to put that into consideration. A very good question from Wilfred. Now let's see the second question. Still from Wilfred. Oh, Wilfred, good questions. Also, what's some of the risk one should consider while using addresses, and how can one use effectively, especially in a situation that will involve one to fill comment or memo? Now, whenever you're using crypto deposits, you typically, my recommendation is don't try to copy paste to type the address. Copy the address, paste it. Do not, if even one letter misses on that particular address, then that crypto deposit cannot be recovered, let alone get into the exchange. So it's very important to weigh in on such matters. Now, the next option is things like memos. In some cases, I'll give a sample scenario of what's this network. Some networks need you to input the actual network and the memo, the corresponding memo. So I believe it was, for instance, on Dog's TON network, TON blockchain. These may require you to have a memo. So it's very important. If you don't put in the memo, unfortunately, it will be very hard to recover that cryptocurrency. I see Brian says, yeah, P2P seems to be an easier method. For sure, P2P is a very easy method. Is there a way to prevent people from scammers on P2P, especially those who refuse to release funds after paying? Now, the moment, in case someone refuses to release your funds after paying, just quickly open an appeal, and the support team will request for your payment. Basically, you to support your query that you've actually made the payment, and once they verify that, they will be able to release the payment to you. Oh, thank you so much. Let's see this. In some cases, I can tap on a merchant ad and it refuses to create an order. What could be the cause? Now, in some cases, merchants may limit who they want you to, rather, who they want to trade with. And what that means is merchants may be able to decide that, oh, I don't want to trade with someone less than X number of days, and in that case, they would you'd not be able to use those particular ads, or the merchant has already exhausted the amount of coins they have, and you cannot sell what you don't have. Let's see the next question. Had an issue on filtering out merchants with appropriate time for me before actually placing a sell or a buy order. Appropriate time limits. Oh, okay. So when you want to select a merchant based off time, just quickly go back to the phone interface and show you how to select merchants. So you can click on buy sell ads. So this applies to, for instance, when you decide to do the transactions yourself. So under you can now come in here. I see, just a second. Once you click on the person, the merchant you want to trade with, like that, you'll find they have, for instance, given you, they have given, sorry. Once you click on that, you'll find the payment period. They will give you, for instance, 15 minutes. So these are some of the things you can also put in as considerations. Okay, let's move on. Let's read the next question. Is there a way to cancel order if payer don't pay first? So unfortunately, once you open an order, the time limit, if the payer does not pay within the time limit, the order will automatically cancel and you'll be refunded your crypto. Now, should you want to cancel an order, unfortunately, once you open an order, it's usually final until that's completed. How do we filter ineligible merchants? That's pretty easy. When you're on the P2P page right here, just click on this button, which is called merchant, and you should be able to only see merchants. So on this button, just click on merchants and you will only have merchant advertisements. Okay, today there's a lot of questions. If a merchant don't send money, how do I recover them? My funds? So automatically the transactions will cancel. If they don't cancel and the merchant marks as paid, just file in for what do you call file for an appeal, and you'll be able to receive that as well. Can you guys reduce the minimum withdrawal limit? Kindly specify the country, as we've put minimum withdrawal limits about $3 for most of the countries. You can be able to review that. Can you make an appeal to Bitget customer service? Yes, you can. Can I deposit tokens or coins to my Bitget exchange? That's what we just covered. Mohammed, please review the earlier part of this session. This session is actually recorded, so you can be able to go through that. Do remember to complete the quiz in the next 9 minutes, as it will be closed within 9 minutes. Oh, the form is no longer accepting responses. Let's see. Okay, now the form should be able to accept responses. Sorry about that. You can be able to accept responses, so you can fill in the quiz now. Okay, what if a merchant doesn't pay me? We've mentioned that we'll just proceed to appeal the transaction. How does card deposit compare to P2P deposit? Now, P2P deposits will have the best rates. Card deposits may have some additional FX charges, and that may influence your decision to selecting whichever method you would like to use. So that's also an option for you to review. Why is card deposit not working on all countries? So typically card deposits would work on all countries. However, your banks may limit whichever vendor they want you to trade with. So it's not on the Bitget side, which is an issue. It's on the bank side, on typically your bank side. So that's why. So what happens when I mistakenly canceled an order that I already paid? Again, you can be able to just quickly chat support. First step is chat the support team. However, if you've already traded with the merchants, most of the merchants will typically ask for your Bitget ID and be able to send you money directly. Okay. Why is there a price difference on the buy and sell side? So typically, merchants are out here to try and make a small profit. Typically, is not that much. The Bitget still has some of the best competitive rates actually on P2P. So the rates, while they may vary, they may not be the widest of rates. So you can become a merchant. You can also post adverts at whatever prices you wish to have. Should you not agree with the best of the prices merchants are offering. So how does a P2P exchange differ from traditional centralized exchanges? So P2P, traditional centralized exchanges will typically have a deposit channel, while P2P is able to give you can be able to trade with other users, giving you the best market rates, the best in terms of the realistic market rates. That's the key difference here. How do P2P exchanges handle network scalability and performance? So for scalability, P2P doesn't need to handle that because the pool, typically there's no networks involved. You have a centralized exchange which you're able to trade on. So you don't need to have any blockchain networks behind the scenes. So, and centralized exchanges are pretty fast. So there's no chance that you'll be able to try and process a transaction and you're unable to. No, I see someone asking whether we already have 20 responses. No. So once we have all the responses, we'll close this form in the next 5 minutes. So do ensure you fill in. They are simple questions, fill in, and we'll select the first 20 correct answers. You must get all of them correct, and we'll be able to award you a trading bonus of up to $20. Okay, I see guys still complaining about the form. The form should be working right now. Let's see whether the form is working. Actually, the form is working. You can already see some respondents. So we'll just add a few more minutes as we also understand. We'll add 10 more minutes as we understand some of you may not have filled the form. There are some merchants who ask for phone numbers before they carry out transaction. Is that acceptable by Bitget P2P? So typically, this is not acceptable. Whatever Bitget P2P offers you, that's what you go on with. So merchants should not be asking for your phone numbers. However, in some cases, merchants may decide to ask for your phone numbers simply because they want to be certain that once they pay you, they can be able to still reach you. Sometimes I want to buy USDT in P2P, but it won't load up. At the bio, please check on your network. This is usually the case. Now, if you're trading from Nigeria, use bitget.ng, bitget.ng. This is the, in case you have that, or use the mobile app, which will always load up. How long does P2P take to be done? You've seen from the transactions I've done, it varies, but within a maximum of 10 minutes, you should have your transaction complete. What will happen if I deposit to wrong address or memo? So no one can be, remember what we just talked about last week about blockchains and how the transactions are reversible and how no one controls the networks. So if you send money to a wrong address, unfortunately, no one can be able to recover your funds. However, if you put wrong memo or you input, you omit the memo, in some cases, not all cases, the exchange may be able to help you. However, I would highly suggest that you look through the transaction before you proceed. All right, I believe that's about it. We have come to the end of this session in terms of the questions. To remember, the form will stop accepting responses in the next 10 minutes from now. So do ensure you complete the form within the stipulated period. And that said, we have come to the end of the session. Thank you all for those of us who are able to stay till the end, and have yourselves a good evening. To remember to join our Bitget